Hello students, good morning to everyone. As you all know, you all are studying Principles of Database, which is included in the third semester of Information Technology. And as I told you, different learning resources like different books and different learning e-websites as follow. You can use this material as a study material, and today we are going to start our fourth unit of Principles of Database. That is, the name of fourth unit is Relational Database Model. Till now you all have studied first unit, that is Basics of Database and Architecture, second unit Data Models and Database Types, third one is Database Design using ER model, and now it's time to see in detail Relational Database Model. I would like to say that already you have seen the concept of Relational Database Model in second unit, but in this unit we will study this in detail. First of all, we will see course outcome, that is after completion of this course, that is Principles of Database, you all are able to do different functions. Like after completion of first unit, you all are able to use fundamental concepts of database in a database system. After completion of second unit, you all are able to choose relevant data model to solve a problem. Then after completion of third unit, you all are able to develop rational databases using entity relationship modeling approach. And now our aim is to achieve, after completing this unit, that is Relational Database Model, you all are able to apply constraints for data integrity in relational database. And now we will see what are the unit outcomes of this particular unit. The first one unit outcome is, after completing this unit, that is Relational of Database Model, you all are able to apply relevant key in database to comply the given constraints. Then our second unit outcome is, describe with sketches the schema diagram of the given database. The next one is, apply the given constraints on the specified identified database application. Then write procedure to manipulate the given table by adding, modifying or deleting records. This is all about the unit outcomes of this unit. Now you all are aware about that after completing this unit, our goal is to achieve this unit outcomes. If you are able to perform these unit outcomes, then you have successfully completed this unit. But before starting of actual relational database model, I want to revise what is relational database model as we seen in second unit. A relational model represents database as a collection of relations. A relation is nothing but a table of values. Every row in the table represents a collection of related data values. These rows in the table denote a real-world entity or relationship. The table name and column names are helpful to interpret the meaning of values in each row. The data are represented as a set of relations. In the relational model, data are stored as tables. However, the physical storage of data is independent of the way the data are logically organized. There are some popular relational database management systems like IBM, Oracle, Microsoft, that is SQL Server and Access. These are some examples of popular relational database management systems. Also, in relational database model, there are various concepts like attribute. What is attribute? You all know that each column in table is nothing but attribute. Attributes are the properties which define a relation. For example, student, roll number, name. These are the columns of the table that is called as the attributes. Then table. In the relational model, the relations are saved in the table format. That is, the combination of row and column is nothing but table. It is stored along with its entities. A table has two properties, rows and columns. Rows represents records and columns represent attributes. Tuple. Now tuple is nothing but it is exactly opposite to the attribute. It is nothing but a single row of table which contains a single record. Then relation schema. A relation schema represents the name of the relation with its attributes. And today we are going to see the first point of our fourth unit is database schema. It is exactly related to the relational schema. Now degree. What is degree? The total number of attributes which in the relation is called as a degree of the relation. Cardinality is also used in the relational database model, which is nothing but total number of rows present in the table. After that, column. Column represents the set of values for a specific attributes. After that, relation instance. Relation instance is also we will see in this chapter in detail. Relation instance is a finite set of tuples in the RDBMS system. Relation instance never have a duplicate tuples. After that, relation key. Relation key, every row has one, two or more attributes which is called as relation key. And the last but not least concept of relational model is attribute domain. Every attribute has some predefined value and scope which is known as attribute domain. This is the revision of relational database model as we seen in second unit. And now in this unit we will see database schema and subschema, then relational database and relational database schemes, entity integrity, referential integrity and foreign key. After that, relational constraints and relational database scheme, it includes domain constraints, key constraints, not null. Then COTS rules of relational database management system. And the last point of this unit is working with relational database management system, which contains create table, insert values in the table, edit table, delete table using appropriate GUI based database. These are the contents we have to see in this unit. Now we will see the actual first point of our fourth unit, that is database schema and subschema. What is database schema? The overall design of the database is called as schema. Remember that in short it is the overall design of database. A database schema is the skeleton structure of the database. It represents logical view of the entire database. A schema contains schema objects like table, foreign key, primary key, views, columns, data types, stored procedure and so on. A database schema can be represented by using the visual diagram. That diagram shows the database objects and relationship with each other. A database schema is designed by the database designer to help programmers whose software will interact with the database. The process of database creation is called as data modeling. After that, we will see a schema diagram. And the overall logical design of database is called as database schema. It formulates all constraints that are applied on the data. A database schema defines its entities and the relationship among them. It contains a descriptive detail of the database which can be depicted by means of schema diagram. It's the database designers who design the schema to help programmers understand the database and make it useful. Or you can say a schema is defined as the structure or outline or a plan of database which is specified at the time of database design. Schema includes the definition of the database name, the record type, and the components that make up those records. The schema diagram displays the structure of each record type but not the actual instances of the records. Each object in the schema, for example address or marks, are called as a schema construct. The schema diagram is used to show the database schema. Here is the example of database schema, that is consider student and course relation of above table. The schema for that relations are the students having schema name, student number, class, majors, and the course relation is having schema like course name, course number, credit hours, department, and so on. This is one of the example of database schema. Let us consider another one example, that is schema for university database. If there is a university database, then what are the schemas for that database? First one, classroom. First of all, decide the relations in the university database, that is classroom, department, course, faculty, teachers, student. These are the relations present in the university database. And now define the schemas for that particular relations, that is classroom having schemas like building, room number, capacity. Then department is having schemas like department name, building, budget. Course is having schemas like course ID, title, department name, credits. Faculty is having schemas like ID, name, department name, salary. Then student is also having different schemas like ID, course ID, semester, year, and grade. This is the one of the best example of database schema. Remember that in the database actual data changes quite frequently. For example, the database changes whenever we add a new grade or add a student. The data at the particular moment of time is called the instance of the database. Here another one example is that in the given diagram we have a schema that shows the relationship between three tables, that is course, student, and section. The diagram only shows the design of the database. It doesn't show the data present in those tables. Schema is only a structural view, that is design of a database as shown in the diagram. Here course, student, and section, these are the relations, and the schemas for these relations are course is having schema course ID, course name, department. Student is having schemas like student ID, student name, course ID, and section is having schemas like student ID, section name, section ID, and course ID. This is one of the example of database schema. Here you can see the types of schemas, that is logical schema, physical schema, and view, that is also called as a sub schema. Now we will see the types of schema. There are three types of schemas. First one is physical schema, logical schema, and view schema. It is also known as a sub schema. Physical schema. Here is the diagrammatic representation of physical, logical, and view level schema. Physical schema is nothing but the design of the database at physical level is called as a physical schema. In that, how the data stored in blocks of storage is described at this level. Now, what is logical schema? The answer is here, design of database at logical level is called as logical schema. Programmers and database administrators work at this level. At this level, data can be described as certain types of data records get stored in data structures. However, the internal details such as implementation of data structure is hidden at this level. And last one is nothing but view schema or subschema. The design of database at view level is called as a view schema. This generally describes end user interaction with the database systems. Here is the diagrammatic representation of these schemas. In physical schema, it defines how the data will be stored in the secondary storage. This schema pertains to the actual storage of data and its forms of storage like files, indices and so on. After that, logical schema. What data are stored in the database and what relationship exists among those data is described in the logical database schema. It defines tables, views and integrity constraints. Here is the example: student is a relation and different entities like student ID, student name, project ID included in this relation. Then view schema describes end user interaction with the database system. Here view schema is interact with the logical and physical schema, or you can say subschema. A subschema is a subset of the schema and inherits the same property of that schema. Subschema refers to an application programmer's view of the data item types and record types which he or she uses. It is all about the types of schema. And now database instance. What is the definition of instance? These terms, though related, do not mean the same thing. A database schema is a sketch of planned database. It doesn't actually have any data in it. A database instance, on the other hand, is a snapshot of database as it existed at particular time. Thus, database instances can change over time, whereas a database schema is usually static since it is difficult to change the structure of database once it is operational. Database schema and database instances can affect one another through a database management system. The database management system makes sure that every database instance complies with the constraints imposed by the database designers in the database schema. Or you can say the data stored in database at a particular moment of time. That time is called as an instance of database. Database schema defines variable declarations in tables that belong to a particular database. The value of these variables at the moment of time is called as the instance of that database. For example, let's say we have a single data table student in the database. Today the table has 100 records. So today the instance of the database has 100 records. Let's say we are going to add another 100 records in this table by tomorrow. So the instance of database tomorrow will be 200 records in the table. In short, at the particular moment, the data stored in database is called the instance. That changes over time when we add or delete data from the database. It is a snapshot of data in the database at the given instant in time. Every time we update, that is insert, delete or modify the value of data item in record, that time one state of the database changes into another state. At the given time, each schema has its own set of instances. Let us take another one example. An organization with an employees database will have three different instances, such as a production that is used to monitor the data right at the moment, pre-production that is used to test new functionality prior to release of production, and the development that is used by database developers to create new functionalities. This one is the example of data instance. This is all about the today's session. Now I will revise today's points, that is first one, database schema. A database, first of all, we will see a database is collection of interrelated data, files or structure. It is designed to meet the various information needs of the organization. Also, it is integrated and shared. Thus, a relational database schema is an arrangement of relation states in such a manner that every relational database state fulfills the integrity and constraint set on a relational database. Or you can say the design of database is called as a schema. After that, we have seen different types of schemas like physical schema, logical schema and view schema, that is also called as a sub schema. And then we have seen that instance, the data stored in the database at particular moment of time is called as the instance of database. Now the question is that what is the difference between schema and instances in database management system? Instances are the collection of information stored in at the particular moment. The instances can be changed by certain through operation as like addition, deletion of data. It may be noted that any search query will not make any kind of changes in these instances. For example, let's say the table teacher in our database whose name is school. Suppose the table has 50 records, so the instances of the database has 50 records for now, and tomorrow we are going to add another 50 records, so tomorrow the instance have total 100 records. This is called as an instance. And schema is the overall description of the database, the basic structure of how the data will be stored in the database is called as schema. In the next session we will see relational database and relational database schemas, entity integrity, referential integrity and foreign key. Thank you so much.